We're standing at 124 Fifth Street, a site that was in the process of demolition and currently owned by developer Mitchell Burakovsky until Bayer Rajowski, a 6-year resident of Bayonne, sought over 700 signatures and addressed City Council about the importance of preserving this property. Many Bayonne residences have requested that this site be preserved historically. Unfortunately, the Bayonne Historic Preservation Committee does not have any legal weight.
Jersey City does not allow a private builder to take down the historic property, whether it's listed or not. And they were very clear on that, listed or not. There are 700 people on my list. These are 700 voters.
I understand that. I mean, but again, I don't know that we have the right to tell people what to do with their land.
Okay.
A lot of people, if we went in, told people what they can do with their private property, it becomes an issue. I understand you're saying they have a policy already in order to do it. If we don't have one, we can certainly look into it and inquire about it, but there is not one on the books here right now.
Okay. From what I've been able to find, there isn't really a good historic preservation format for the City of Bayonne. It's very, very informal, and unlike some cities, the Historic Preservation Board, they're amazingly smart people. They're incredible, but they let me know that there's really no teeth in any Bayonne policy.
You're saying that there's an importance for preserving this house in particular. Why is that?
First, this is the welcome into Bergen Point. Bergen Point's a little different than the rest of Bayonne, but Bayonne as a whole is just amazing. This particular house was built by Emmett Smith in 1898. He was a city surveyor and architect for the City of Bayonne. This house was lived in subsequently by Dr. Orlinsky, and then in turn by the Campbells, and now it's owned by a company that's going to develop the site. This house is unique by even Bayonne standards. Coffered ceilings in some of the rooms. It's a full 3 stories. It's an amazingly sized house. It's on 6 tax lots, which is very, very rare to find anymore in Bayonne. And there is also commonly known at least 2 burials on the property that we're trying to do some information and digging on. Actually, if anybody has any idea, I'd love to get some information from them.
During the council meeting, First Ward Councilman Thomas Cotter did mention that an ordinance can help preserve Bayonne's history.
I'll be making an ordinance. I don't know if the ordinance would be able to stop this building right now, in this case, but I think it would be a good idea for any future buildings that we can save.
What was the follow-up? What happened with Councilman Cotter, and I believe Business Administrator DeMarco was following up as well?
Mr. DeMarco followed up. Tommy has been incredible. Besides being one of my neighbors, yes, he is my councilman. He's been very instrumental in getting some of the information pushed through to City Council. City Council has put a halt right now on any sort of repair or removal of anything from the property. The next meeting of the Historic Preservation Committee is going to be on December 1st, and I encourage everybody in Bayonne to go. Bayonne policy doesn't encourage historic preservation. Right now, it's actually it's in the favor of the developers.
And then there's a significance. Obviously, there's a lot of developments coming on into the city. If there wasn't a push for historic preservation, what do you think the outcome will be for the rest of the town?
In the 6 years that I've been here, I've watched at least a dozen historic properties go under the bulldozer. One of them, in fact, on West 32nd Street about a month ago. At this rate, these large properties, my house is actually on a double city lot, and the woman we bought the house from was offered a fair amount of money by a developer who wanted to tear the house down and put two families on it. And my opinion is we don't own the house, we're simply the custodians. And as far as the historic preservation on houses like this, City Council and all the people of Bayonne are custodians. We need to do our very, very best to save these properties because they're what makes Bayonne unique and charming, and it was one of the reasons that my husband and I moved here. Bayonne was a very, very special place based on family, community, and home.
Now, after the meeting or during the meeting for December 1st, what do you hope to accomplish?
There are 2 possible outcomes. One would be that the city buy the property from the developer. The other is that since the developer has made a good income off the City of Bayonne, that he would maybe take the tax write-off and give it to the city, let it become the new historic preservation building.
The Historic Preservation Committee will be meeting on December 1st. Stay tuned to Hudson County View for more developments. I'm Jeanette Josu, Hudson County View, the eye of the community.